balcony. What? This can't be real. What do you mean I need to go see somebody? But yeah, now I was in Boston. I lived in Georgia at the time, so I had to take a flight. And on top of that, while I'm up there, this blizzard was coming through. So I had to wait for the, to get a flight out and get there. So it was an extra day or two. And I remember flying home. And I remember trying to doubt it. Like, this isn't really happening to me. Like, this is something that people have, maybe we all made a mistake. Maybe the machine made a mistake. Because by the time I get back to Georgia, maybe this will all disappear. Maybe when I wake up, it'll disappear. And I will wake up, and it was still there. Nothing changed. And that night I got on the airplane, I'm flying home, and I'm stressing. But I'm still like, this weird hope, but maybe they're wrong. It's not me, right? I'm flying home, I'm looking at the people on the side of me. In the back of me, I was really looking around the plane at this point. And I'm thinking, do they have cancer? Do they have a cancer? Do they have something growing inside of them? Because that's why I always looked at cancer. There's something growing in you that's eating off of you. Something that's not supposed to be there. That's why I started this out. Like, even depression can be cancer. It's growing inside of you and it's not supposed to be there. And that plane ride was the longest flight I'd ever taken in my life. I remember the lady coming by, cookies, beverage, and I'm like, healing? Get out of my face. And I'm starting to turn into, I was fighting anger. I'm fighting the anger of impending death. I was fighting having to even think about it. And I didn't know. I get home now. I was married at the time. I get home and I was like, how do you tell somebody you have cancer? I mean, like, she didn't find out when I found out. She wasn't there to suffer through me, and I was too embarrassed and like still focused in my own world to say that this isn't real. This isn't real. Maybe I can go without telling her and things will work out. Nobody has to know. Because I was embarrassed. And you probably look at me like, hey, Kauri, how can you be embarrassed of having cancer? I was embarrassed of being sick. I was embarrassed of not being me. Embarrassed that I couldn't do the things that other people could do anymore because I walked through this with many patients. I did this. This was my job, to see cancer patients over and over and over again. To see their bodies go down, to see them dwindle into nothing. Here I am with a cut up body, ripped up, in shape, six pack, strong as an ox. And you're gonna tell me now? Tell me I have cancer when I don't feel good, I'm sick, or when I'm out of shape. Tell me then, but don't tell me when I'm at the peak of my life. So I was embarrassed. Why me? Why now? And why not them? I used to wonder too, like, why not those guys that was screwing around, bull crapping around? Why not those guys that eat bad every day and don't work out? Why do they get to live and I get to see death coming? It's unfair. And I know this is how pretty much all of us feel that have walked through this. It's unfair. So, I scheduled a doctor's appointment. And the doctor that I scheduled the appointment with, me and him used to fight all the time. Did not get along with this dude whatsoever. But he's the cancer guy. Go figure. So now I have to deal with my problem, this disease, and I have to deal with my ego and people I don't like to help me. I mean, how bad can this get? I get cancer, something growing inside of me, and then I got the ego that's been growing inside of me that was outrageous. So let me tell you about the doctor's office. The doctor's office. That morning, and my wife at the time, she didn't know. Now I want you to understand, I'm doing this all by myself because I'm like, some kind of way I can win. Right? And I get up. Now at this time, I am living, guys. I want you to know, I wasn't hurting for anything. I'm not hurting for money. I had a great job. I was doing very well with my job. And on top of the job, like I told you guys before, I wasn't the greatest of guys. I was a bad boy. So I was doing bad boy things with the job. I'm training for the Olympics. People respect me. People honor me. And I'm still a bad boy, but they didn't know. And I look at it a lot of times like I was selected for cancer. I was selected to be in the running, to go through the process. And I tell people all the time, don't look at it as if I got cancer. No, look at it as if I was selected for, because now I can soldier through this. I'm gonna run out of this, right? And I'm gonna go into this doctor's office. Let's kick it here, because I want to let you know what I was doing and prior to and how I was living. Because I have a sports car, man, convertible, top down. Only me and the top surgeon in the town has the same car. So I'm living well. I got a big house. I mean, I shouldn't be making the money I'm making, but I was, because I was a bad boy. With a good job. I mean, I'm winning. And cancer. and some growing inside of me, right? So I walk in the office. Now, normally I walk in because I'm talking to that surgeon or me and him going back and forth on things. And he was not a very nice guy. And his staff, they weren't too cool either. But I never really thought about what they had to deal with on a daily basis until they had to deal with me, of course. So walk in and they still had the funky face like they would when Kauri walked in. Like, hey, what does he want now? What is he gonna say? I walk in and they're like, what's going on? You know, old dirty nurse face, right? Nothing against you nurses, I love you. Dirty nurse face. And I said, well, I'm actually here as a patient today. This is my day. And they're like, I mean, the shock in the office, when you see people, the truth shocks people to death, okay? And so I'm hitting, boom. Yeah, I'm hitting. So she takes the dirty nurse face and she's looking at the, pulls it up, pulls my little thing up on the computer, little dirty nurse face. And all of a sudden, the dirty nurse face turned into a different face. That scared me.